Hello to those that joined our Zoom info session about the NeuroData Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Program. My name is Professor Korngreen, and I'm the coordinator of this program at Bar-Ilan University in Israel. I welcome you all to this Zoom, and I will give a brief presentation of the key elements of the program, the partners, the curriculum, and then we have also here a student from from the NeuroData program, Araceli Gutierrez, that is studying now here in Israel, the first year of the program. And she can say a few words. She will say a few words. And then we will open this for questions. This is a webinar format, so you are not able to open your microphones. However, if you have any question, you can type it into the chat, and we will, myself and Araceli, and also Dr. Ino Sukutinsky, that is the administrator, and Mrs. Tami Rubinov, that's also one of the administrators here. We will try to answer them as they come into the chat. So let me just share my presentation for a minute. Okay. So this is an info session about the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master in Brain and Data Science. And I welcome you all. This is a joint program between Bar-Ilan University at Israel, the Técnico Lisboa in Lisbon, Portugal, the Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam in Amsterdam, the Department of Psychology in the University of Padua in Italy, the University of Zagreb, and the University of Jyväskylä in Finland. So there are many ways for me to start this talk, but I think one example, and you can see it in the slide, is that recently one of the biggest brain institutes in the world, the Allen Brain Institute, released data recorded from over 300,000 neurons in the mouse visual cortex. This data set includes also activity recording, physiological recording, and also histological recording and behavioral recording. So this is a vast data set that was recorded while the animal was behaving. And the challenge here is to understand the link between neuronal activity and the behavior of the animal. And since the data set is so huge, there is definitely need for a really big attempt in a team also understanding data science. So there is a vast need for people understanding both neuroscience and data science, both in the industry and in the academic world. And this will only increase as our ability to record activity from neurons will grow. So we believe the group that is forming the NeuroData project is we believe in a multidisciplinary approach to neuroscience. We attempt to study neuroscience at multiple levels, starting from single neurons through information processing, computation, neural networks, all the way to behavior of animals and also humans. And therefore, the program is, you can see here the teaching program designed more or less as two concentric circles in which the first year, all students come to Bar-Ilan University in Israel and study courses in neuroscience and in data science here for 1 year. Then we have a 2-week summer school of hands-on experience in data analysis and recording at the University of Zagreb in Croatia. And then the class divides between the other 4 partners for the second year to Finland, Padua, Italy, Portugal, and Holland, in which the students perform their second year studies and perform also research and do their thesis. This is just a view of the Gondar Brain Center in a rainy day with a rainbow. This is our building. This is the campus grounds, and this is the just the backwards of the neighborhood next to our campus. As I said, the first year is here at the Gondar Brain Center, and we accept for the program students from multidisciplinary background. And I will go over some of the backgrounds. So this is most of the scientific disciplinaries. So chemistry, physics, computer science, mathematics, engineering, and then of course students that did their MSc in their BSc, in neuroscience and psychology, of course, biology also. So we accept students from a very diverse background. And the idea of the first year at Bar-Ilan is to have everybody reach similar levels of understanding on both data science and neuroscience. Then the summer school has several goals. There will be advanced neuroscience, data science topics. Student present some progress and hopefully find a mentor for the second year. And of course, socially. And as I said, the second year is study in another country and do their research thesis. This is a bit of a crowded overview of all the courses. So you can see here the courses for the first year, which some of them are mandatory, like neuronal network, deep learning, signal and data analysis, data science, workshop and seminar, and also some biological courses and cognitive courses. And then each student decides on which of the other 4 partners they go for the second year. And you can see here and also on our webpage, and on our webpage you can also link to the specific university and see the syllabus for all these courses and decide if you want to go to that university or another university at the second year. As I said, the first year is mandatory in Israel. And these courses are, if you decide, for example, Finland, this is JYU. These are the courses that are available in this university. And during the application process, you will be asked to rank the universities where you want to go the most, and the second and the third, and we will try to take this preference into consideration. This is just a schematic view of the summer school in at Zagreb. The summer school in Zagreb is a 14-day summer school with both recording and analysis of signals at both the department of the faculty, of electrical engineering and the faculty of medicine, and of course other activities. So as I said, this is just going again. The background we accept into the program is undergraduate degree in neuroscience, biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, computer science, psychology, and some areas of engineering, mostly electrical engineering, obviously. In the second year, most universities accept also people that have a BSc in all fields, except University of Padua, that only people who have a BSc in psychology can go and study there. So if you want to go to Padua, you need to have a BSc in psychology when you apply to this program. This may change in the future, but for now, it is fixed. So this anybody who finishes the 2 years program will receive a double degree. For example, all students will receive a master in brain science and data science track from Bar-Ilan. And if you go to Lisbon, you will also receive a master in biomedical engineering. And you can see this table also on our webpage. This year, we plan to recruit about 20 students. 15 students will receive an Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Scholarship of 1,400 euros per month. And other 5 students will be invited as self-paying students based on the regulations of the program and the European Union. The application will close in about a month, in the February 5th. And we have, except for our webpage, which also contains the application portal, we also have our email, our Facebook page, our Twitter, and you can follow us and see anything that is relevant about our announcements in the next months until the application deadline. Or ask any question via these channels. I will just stop sharing now so everybody can see me. So there are already some questions in the chat. I will answer them before I move. I will give the floor to Araceli. Actuarial science, no, we don't take actuarial science. This is usually not acceptable to the program. Economics is borderline depending on the courses you took in okay, so I see there are many questions. I will put Araceli on, and in the meantime, Ina will try to address your questions in the chat. So Araceli, if you can just tell them about your experience in the last interesting months.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to share my experience with you since this is my first year. So if you have any questions, I would be very happy to answer them. Right now, we are taking some of the optional and mandatory courses. Like data science and machine learning applied to neuroscience. And alongside these, you can merge some of the electives which are part of the cognitive and biological modules. That is really fascinating because you can merge biology, cognition, data science, and this gives you a broad and really integral perspective on neuroscience. I think it opens up your creativity, and it enables you to propose innovative ideas and solutions in the field, which is truly amazing. From my experience, I can say that the academic journey has been challenging, but it is incredibly rewarding, and it exposes you to cutting edge research and diverse perspectives. In my case, I have had the opportunity to engage with both professors and fellow students, and this creates a collaborative environment, showing the great commitment of the program to the academic excellence. And something really amazing of this program is that we have adopting labs. I've been able to connect with my peers and find this sense of community. So it's not just students, but we are part of a shared commitment to advancing knowledge in neuroscience. We have weekly seminars covering very deep variety of topics in the different areas of neuroscience. And being part of this dynamic community that constantly seeks to push these boundaries of knowledge is very rewarding, because you can you push your limits and then you can give creative ideas. So what I can say is that my experience has been helping me a lot to understand how the different areas of neuroscience merge to give you this broad idea of the field and how you can give part of your knowledge to solve some of the problems that science can face in regards to neuroscience.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that some people, I don't want to put you in the corner, but people are aware that there was a bit of a problem in Israel in the last month, and people are asking about it. Can you share your experience about the last months and what happened in Israel, so people will know how are your experience and how are you feeling now?
Yeah, for what I've experienced here is, even though there are outside issues to consider, I've stayed focused on the interesting academic and cultural aspects. And it's beautiful how you can highlight how well people from different countries can work together, even when faced with tough situations. During my short time here in Israel, I've experienced a unique academic atmosphere. That people I've met, including professors and fellow students, have shown great support to the international community. So while acknowledging the complexities of the current situation, I would emphasize that it is important to have this approach of the experience with an open mind and a focus on the academic growth. If you are actively participating in the program and connecting with peers, in my case, I found a sense of community that transcends the borders, and it just fosters a shared commitment to advancing knowledge in neuroscience. And that's what I can say about it. I feel very welcomed in this community, and everyone is very supportive.
Araceli, there are some questions directly to you and in the chat somewhere. So if you want to answer them.
Let me check. What would you say? How challenging is the program in general? How are you balancing work for uni and time for other projects, leisure time, etc.? I think it is very well thought, so you can have different activities. In my case, I've I have time for everything. Courses and lab, but also it is important to know that what's mandatory is just your courses, and then if you feel that you have more free time to dedicate to other activities, then you can join the labs, but it's up to you. So I would say it is very balanced and well thought so that you have free time and you can participate in several activities.
Yes, I see a question here while Arcel is looking at the chat. Is there a chance a question from Madia? Is there a chance to work on a research project during study period in Israel? So yes, while the thesis and the primary research time is done in the second year, during the first year it is optional. You can join, as Araceli said, an adopting lab. This adopting lab is one of the about 50 labs we have here in the Brain Center in all fields, starting from molecular to cognitive. And you can join them, do a small research project in the first year, and this way also experience research during this time. So yes, it's possible. It's not part of the final thesis. It's just a small project during the first year. So there is a question about that is recurrent. People are asking if Pakistani national can apply to this program. So Pakistani national can apply to this program. Unfortunately, the Pakistani government does not allow Pakistani national to travel to Israel. So while application is free for everybody in the world to this program, Pakistani nationals cannot attend this program because of their national limitations. This is unfortunate. So I'm sorry to inform you of this, but it is not. There is no way to solve this, unfortunately. Actually, the Pakistani passport has a line in it saying that it's not valid for certain countries, including Israel. So there is a question from someone from Malaysia, and you are also a citizen of China. Then please submit your application as a citizen of China, because Malaysia also doesn't have diplomatic relations with Israel, unfortunately. People are asking Arcel if they can contact you. So if you want, I think you can put your email in the chat, and they can ask you directly.
Okay, there's another question for me, but I think I'm not the perfect person to answer this. From your experience, what are the current trends in neuroscience research, particularly in clinical and psychological application?
Yeah, this is a very broad question that even I am not sure what the reply for it, but trends in neuroscience research is now attempts to record from many neurons in the brain at once, especially from lab animals, but also from humans. And of course, a lot of attempts to analyze huge databases of structure and function of the brain. This is definitely, but there are there's over 100,000 neuroscientists all over the world, so it is hard to put into a few sentences what are the current trends are. Can those with MSc degree in information science join the program? Depending on also the BSc. We look at both degrees and decide based on all your studies. Arceli, they're asking where are you from and what did you major in?
I'm from Mexico, and my major was biotechnology engineering.
Okay, I'll scroll down. So people are, there's a question from Daniela from Bolivia. Yes, if you're a bachelor degree in psychology, you can apply to the program, and definitely go to the second year in Padua. They are looking for psychologists especially. How many applications do you get per year? Several hundreds. We get several hundred applications, and we select approximately 15 to 20. The current class started as 15 people. People are asking about a double application. This will pose a problem because we receive so many applications, and if somebody tries to submit 2 times, it may cause problems in the selection process. So if you already submitted, please do not submit again. This is really makes our life difficult, and dealing with hundreds of applications anyway is difficult. So having double applications is not recommended at all. So, Arceli, I think there's a question here for you. Is the scholarship enough to cover living costs in Tel Aviv?
Yes, it is.
I want to say also that we are the dormitories of Bar Ilan University are just a few hundred meters away, and all the students are housed at the dormitories, which are not entirely cheap, but much cheaper than renting an apartment in Israel. So this is a way to reduce costs considerably. It's also very close to the building, to the neuroscience building. And also all the students are sharing the several flats in the dormitories in the same corridor. So this is, and they have a common room where they can go out, and also a nice balcony, I think, that they can go out and from the room and interact. The entire group can interact in any time, which is besides the cost that is reasonable, it's also socially beneficial. If you completed a life science bachelor, yes, you're eligible. So there's a question here. I'm currently studying software engineering. Are there any online courses related to neuroscience? There are several good courses, introductory courses in Coursera or edX, and I not necessarily specify them here, but if you search for basic neurophysiology or basic neuroscience, one of these courses will give you some sort of background to start with. but I think that most students that arrived here without a background are managing even without it. So it's not mandatory. So people are asking for the email of Ina. The email for NeuroData, NeuroData@BIUACIL, that is also on our webpage, is read by Ina. So this is Ina's email. You don't need her.
Yeah, I sent it in chat. I answered someone with this email, so it's there somewhere upstream.
The questions, okay, if people are asking about the selection process, so the selection process is first we go over all the files and we make a short list for the interviews. And depending on how many applications we get, then we interview part of it. We cannot, unfortunately, we cannot interview everybody because we don't have, last year we had over 600 applications. It's impossible. So we interviewed about 60 to 80 people, which was a lot. Anyway, interviews are short. They are designed to test your English, your knowledge, your approach, your background, we do not ask specific questions in neuroscience because some applicants do not know neuroscience. People coming from computer science do not know neuroscience, but the team of professors that are in the interviews, usually they are quite experienced, so they are trying to get to know the person for 10 or 15 minutes just to as a way to interact and get to know you and ask some basic questions to gauge the level of English and the level of your studies in whatever you learned. Okay. Are there any other questions? If not, we will finish, and then we will upload this into our YouTube.
So there is a question about industry internships. I was writing, so maybe I missed if somebody already answered it.
Okay.
So I think we don't have structured internship in industry, but there are elements in the program designed to meet you with people from industry. Lectures, guest lectures, mentors, hackathons, and stuff like that.
Okay, so we will upload this to our Facebook page and YouTube, and we will send you the links with the emails you registered for this event. And I wish you good luck in your application. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
If there are any questions that you didn't get an answer, just write it to NeuroData account, which I posted here, and we'll answer them.
Yes. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Bye.